Many of us have encountered government officials whose opinions about certain organizations are shaped by slanderous or distorted information received from media sources infiltrated by anti-cultists, as well as from individuals who are often biased against these organizations. Typically, officials do not take the time to study the matter thoroughly to assess the objectivity of their ingrained beliefs. Meanwhile, the true criminals, anti-cult representatives, are engaged in information terrorism, manipulating the media landscape to control the public and influence legislative authorities. Under the pressure of such manipulations, officials issue orders to executive bodies, forcing them to act illegally and against democratic and moral principles. Below is an excerpt from the Impact film, where a citizen speaks about unlawful persecution in their country as a result of anti-cult influence on law enforcement. Experienced police officers have told me that they don't understand why they are being forced to persecute people for their religion. One even said that under the current government it has become embarrassing to work in the police force because they are detaining elderly women for talking about the Bible, apprehending people on the street for unclear reasons, breaking into apartments, and so on. What is happening to Jehovah's Witnesses in Russia today can happen to anyone, to any political or religious movement, such as Baptists, Pentecostals, or the autonomous Russian Orthodox Church. They are already under pressure and are at risk. The broad definitions of anti-extremist laws allow for the persecution of anyone. We know that people can be imprisoned for reposting something on the internet or for making a simple statement deemed extremist, using the law to force this into the so-called legal framework. Therefore, the danger also lies in the fact that anti-cult forces influencing legislative bodies are contributing to the adoption of norms and laws that restrict civil freedoms. This, in turn, undermines public trust in the government and creates the conditions for destabilization of society, potentially leading to open civil unrest and attacks on government officials, the total destruction of democracy, the undermining of democratic states, civil conflicts, and wars. These are among the primary goals of anti-cultists. Therefore, it is crucial to develop effective legislative control methods. It is essential that government officials are guided not by emotions or manipulative images imposed by anti-cult groups, but by the core principles of law and legal norms. Systematically identifying and eliminating such risks will ensure public order, stability, and citizens' trust in elected authorities, which will guarantee prosperity and development. This underscores the enormous importance and necessity of implementing these control measures, as well as the inadmissibility of allowing anti-cult representatives to conduct lectures for state legislative, executive, and judicial bodies.